But the angels said to him, "Do not be afraid, Zechariah. Your prayer has been heard. Your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you are to call him John." Holy, noble, and beautiful-looking angels are what we see in numerous medieval Catholic art. Most of them are painted as human-looking beings with milky white skin and a loose white robe, with large white wings on their backs. People continued to paint angels in such a way till the late 16th century. During the Renaissance period, innocent baby angels called Puto were essential to the works of contemporary artists such as Raphael and Rubens. However, they were all created based on human fantasies, and they are completely different from the actual form of angels described in the Bible. February 13th, 2022. Spectrum Cinema, a Danish film studio, posted a video containing depictions of perfectly CGI-made angels based on what is described in the Bible. The video is titled Biblically Accurate Angels. Massive wings overlapping with layers moving separately. Hundreds of eyes revolving around their wheel-like body. An intimidating and bizarre being that cannot possibly be called human. The depiction of angels in the video have given people an overwhelming sense of fear. Surprisingly, they are actual angels described in the Bible. Cherubim, Ophanim, and Seraphim. They are found in the book of Ezekiel and Isaiah. As I looked at the living creatures, I saw a wheel on the ground beside each creature with its 4 faces. When the living creatures moved, the wheels beside them moved, and when the living creatures rose from the ground, the wheels also rose. Wherever the spirit would go, they would go, and the wheels would rise along with them, because the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. There are slight differences between the Gospels, however. The angels in the Bible are all sparkling and glowing, bizarre beings emerging from the sky, while they are commonly described as overwhelmingly large beings, with a speed that allows them to move from one end to another in a blink of an eye. Their forms are extremely different from one another. It is difficult to believe that they are the same kind after all. Abstruse descriptions are included as well, such as an angel with 4 faces, each in the form of a human being, a lion, an ox, and an eagle, and an angel with 6 wings, the first pair covering their face, the second pair covering their feet, and the last pair are used to fly. Although the Bible contains specific explanations, it is still difficult to figure out what angels look like based only on that. Through the video, we are able to indirectly witness the depiction of angels as described in the Bible. One interesting fact is that in the Bible, the passage describing the actual form of angels overlaps with a passage that can be construed as UFO emergence. In a media interview conducted in June last year, Tennessee Republican Representative Tim Burchett suggested the possibility of the angel described in the Bible being a UFO. I mean, UFOs were in the Bible. Read Ezekiel. It talks about the wheel flying around. So I mean, they've been around since we've been around, and somebody needs to come up with some answers. The possibility of sacred beings in the Bible being extremely intelligent extraterrestrials with advanced technology is actually a long-time hypothesis. Various records on the topic exist in literature as well. Among them, we can find plenty of massive spherical flying objects which resemble the angels described in the Bible. This is a painting of the crucifixion of Jesus, painted in 1350. In the top corners of the painting, we can see what appear to be flying objects with pilots inside them. This painting by Carlo Crivelli in 1486 depicts the Virgin Mary before she became pregnant with Jesus. We can see this object floating in the sky, illuminating her. Here in this painting by Avon in 1490, we can see numerous flying objects alongside the Virgin Mary during her Assumption. These 2 tapestries, painted in the 14th century, both depict the life of the Virgin Mary. We can see the same hat-shaped flying object in both works. Next, we can see a light-emitting flying object in this painting by Domenico Ghirlandaio in the 15th century. There's a man and a dog standing on the ground looking at it as well. Moreover, there are objects similar to a UFO in a painting of Jesus, painted in the 17th century. Painted below the arms of Jesus, the semicircular flying objects appear to be floating in the sky and spitting fire. This painting, whose creator and year are unknown, depicts Moses writing down the 10 Commandments given from heaven. Just like the other paintings, we can see 4 flying objects floating in the sky here. There are countless other paintings that seem to depict extraterrestrials or UFOs. This leads us to question, was the angel described as a giant wheel in the Bible actually referring to a UFO? Why did medieval artists depict similar-looking flying objects alongside the Virgin Mary or even Jesus in their paintings? There are various opinions on the matter, such as the artists were trying to depict the sun and moon, and the flying objects represent the sky or God Almighty. But looking closely, the objects clearly resemble UFOs. Do UFOs truly exist? Does the Bible have historical credibility? And how many people can confidently answer these 2 questions? Although some people consider the miracles and supernatural phenomena recorded in the Bible to be mere myths, some others do believe that they are historical facts. One thing we are certain about: The Bible is some sort of historical clue. We may not know whether the objects are the messengers of God or UFOs from outer space, but the Bible has many detailed records of the sightings of beings that are never seen before by humankind. Who knows? Maybe in the near future, we will be able to witness them with our own eyes. Now, for our final question. When we encounter a biblically accurate angel, will we actually be able to call it an angel? This has been Strange Night.